Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to draw a centaur. We're going to do it on the profile, and then I will go do a face-on shot so you guys can get the measurements for that. So I'm going to jump into this, and this was a first sketch I did just to get my proportions and figure things out, and we're going to be drawing on this page. So the first thing that I do before I start any of my how to draw drawings, I figure out how I can make this easy for you guys and how I can break it down with math and boxes, because boxes are easy. Anyways, so draw a square, a big square, shebig. We're going to divide the square vertically into 3 equal sections, and then horizontally in half. And then we're going to do a quarter mark on the upper portion of the square. And we're going to take the bottom 2/3 and make a point up here. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do that. All right, then from these measurements, I'm just going to block that out back here. That is your basic shape for your centaur. I'm going to try and keep this in frame. There we go. I think we're good. Okay, so how are we breaking this down? First things first, we'll do the horse body, and then we'll do the human portion of it, because human is pretty easy. So I want you to divide the first third box in half, and the last third vertical box in half here, like so. From just behind this I guess 6th line to just by the quarter line, I want you to make a diagonal like that, bring it back, bring it down, and I want you to make this shape. And then at the back, I want you to take from here and bring it down and down and then around like that and make that shape. And at the bottom here, I want you to bring just the belly up into that shape, and the back will be flat. You can make a little bit of a swoop back if you want, but you don't need to. Okay, so we've got the startings of a horse body. Basically, the belly, you start back here and you swoop and you make a nice gentle curve to about the halfway point between on the diagonal of this box, and you just curve in, and it technically would attach up here, so you can follow that through, but you're not going to see it because there's a muscle in front of it. All right, so from that we're going to go to the front, and from this half point we're going to drop a line and draw a hoof. So this so the half point here will be about the knee on the horse. So the upper portion of the leg comes down in a taper to about the knee point, and then it does this elongated hourglass shape down here. Then there's a little bit of a gap, and that's where the hoof is. So the hoof can be just slightly beneath the box, that's okay. Remember, hooves do that shape. Hooves are a wedge shape like so. Trying to remember everything from my animal drawing class, it's a lot. Anyways, and then the back leg, so the pelvis sits like this, the femur comes forward like that, then it attaches to the tibia and fibia, which will meet this line here. It'll be straight, I'll go back, and then it'll kick forward. It doesn't kick forward a ton, but it does look like that just because of the way that the horse's muscles and ligaments taper. And then we will have the hoof. I've done that hoof too big. There we go. The hoof down here. So the hooves should line up on the same plane. I've just done this one a little too big. So that, which will be down here like that. Okay. So you have that, and then the tail comes off the back like so. It can be as long as you want. Okay, so for the human body. So if you're going to do the horse head, you would take half block and bring it up like that, and then just draw the horse head in. But we're not doing a horse, we're doing a centaur. So the human torso, it's essentially the hip portion of the human torso is the horse body. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in this first little quadrant. And that is going to be about where the belly button sits. So you're going to have like the hips down here, the belly button sits about there, and then the rib cage, again, will tilt on this axis, and it'll be your egg shape there, and then the head will sit up here. It can go a little bit above the block as well. I'm just trying to get things it. So then your shoulder will be about at the bottom of the rib. Okay, your shoulder point, and then the elbow point will be at about the bottom of the rib cage, and then the hand. So we do this. And I also like to give my centaurs roundish ears because they look cute anyway. So then you just fill in the human anatomy like I've shown you in a lot of different videos. And then bring that down. So your main issue, I know I put the arm in the way, but is attaching. So if I, erase this arm, and I'll put it straight just to get it out of the way because I want you guys to see this. Okay. We'll say he's holding a spear or something. So this front part of the horse, you will have the belly button and the abdominals that go lower into the bottom of the horse legs. You will have essentially what is a hip kind of sitting, but it'll be mostly like the horse body attaching, and then it'll be like up at the low back here. And then you can do the hair and the facial features, just like I broke down in so many videos before how to draw the face. You just throw down a face here. I'd like this face to look better. So the arms are still going to be like this. The elbow will rest about the rib cage, and then the forearm will be about the same length as the upper arm, and the hand will be about half the length of the forearm type thing. Anyways, so there's your basic breakdown of a centaur. And I will flip and we will do the face on image. I just have to find a reference photo. Use horse reference when you are doing this. It'll make it so much easier for you, and you will not have the amount of shit that I've gone through. Okay, who am I going to use? I'm going to use you. You're a pretty baby. Okay. And you can change the type of breed of horse as well. So some horses are like really huge hooves because the horse I'm about to draw is very, very big hooves. Some are more like fast, like draft horses or Mustangs. So we are going to do a face forward view on this. So we're doing a rectangle and dividing that in half. And then that in half, which will be that. Okay, so what we're going to do is basically create a rectangle and then divide it in half and then divide it into a quarter. from the 3/4, I want you to put stack a box. So it's kind of like what we did with this portion, but you don't have the rest of the box sticking out. So draw a center line. So here is going to be your horse body up here. The torso is going to start like really low into this top portion. So yeah, your belly button is going to be like right at where the shoulders meet, or the shoulders of the horse, which is the hips of the centaur. Oh god, it's fucking confusing, dudes. All right, so that's going to be about there, and then we're going to have, I should have done this a little smaller. Anyways, the rib cage, which is going to sit here, and then the head. So I'm actually going to erase a little bit of this because I made it way too big. I fuck up too. I fuck up too. Don't ever think that I don't fuck up. Alright, so okay, so cut that in half. About at that point, you're going to see where the hips sit in, and the belly button's going to sit about there. Then we're going to come down the shoulder flank, divide that by that, the shoulder flank. There's going to be 2 muscles in here, and divide that in half. You're going to have your horse knees at that point, and then the hooves are going to stick out. I'm just going to make big ass clunky hooves here because I feel like it. Okay, so from up here, so that would be about the top of the hip, then that would be about the top of the rib cage. Rib cage sits up like this, and the head again would sit just above here. Now, if you add to the bottom, you add to the top. So because I dropped these hooves down, I've got a little bit more space here, which it would still be the center of this area. So from this point equals this to that. So then, and it's going to be your human setup. So the head, the shoulders will be about 2.5 to 3 heads wide. You can adjust your sizing however you like. I like to do my little foopy ears here. Just give him a silly face. He's frowning at me because I wasn't drawing this well. But yeah. So basically it's get the bottom of your horse drawn and then add your man on top of it. Just remember that the hips sink into this, where the neck would start coming out. That's where the hips sit for the centaur. And then you just build the man torso or woman torso or person torso, human torso, or whatever torso you want, humanoid torso out of the top. Just remembering, this arm's too long, that the elbow should sit about at the bottom of the rib cage. All right, so that is the centaur video. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. If you guys have any questions on this video or need me to clarify anything, let me know. If you have any suggestions for other D&D character monster races or monsters you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below. I have a list ongoing, and I will be picking away at the list. If you guys add creatures to it, that'd be wonderful. Anyways, so I hope you guys, flip back to this guy, enjoyed the video, and hopefully that gave you a little bit easier of a breakdown for it. So I will chatter at you later. Bye guys.